Hi, I'm Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Movies, where I review the styles of movies I love, the alternative, B-rated, cult-style flicks. And this week, in the past, I've done many movies that I've loved because they were just simply so awful, they were great. And this is one of them. This movie was released in 1981, and it was directed by Menahem Golem. And it was written by Dick Desmond and based on a story by Mike Stone, and produced by Judd Bernard and Yoram Globus. Made by Golan Globus Productions, and distributed by the Cannon Group, Columbia Pictures, and MGM. Ladies and gentlemen, enter the ninja. The movie opens in the forest with a white ninja being chased by a bunch of red ninja. Which I gotta tell you right off the bat. In history, the ninja were all about stealth and blending into their environment. So, red and white running around the forest, mission accomplished. My God, how did he see him? So why even wear those ninja outfits? Although in real history, there were no such thing as ninja outfits. The ninja in feudal Japan, they dressed to blend into whatever they were doing. So they dressed like farmers, they dressed like samurai, they dressed like other commoners. And when they did wear a stealthy suit similar to what you see in most ninja stories, it was only at night and it was not the all black because, believe it or not, black reflects off the moon very easily. Usually if they wore something like that, it was navy blue. Now the white ninja faces off with a black ninja. Well, at least the sound effects are realistic. Finally, the white ninja makes it to a house.
Surrender or die. Surrender!
Good call! Then to the man standing in front of the house. The white ninja runs up to him, bows out of respect, and then kills a mannequin! Now we can't build this thing together! He gets to a room and kneels and takes off his mask and reveals the actor playing this ninja, Cole, played by Franco Nero. Franco Nero, mostly famous for playing Django in the original Django movies. You know, before Jamie Foxx came along and just blew him right out of the water. Then a bunch of other ninja come around, kneel, revealing that none of them were actually killed. It was all staged, including the mannequin guy. Even though that makes no sense, because during all this, you actually saw him throw a star into somebody's face. Like, you don't fake that.
You have done well. You have passed every test.
The Japanese actor is not the only one who is going to be dubbed. Most of the people in this movie are dubbed, mostly just voiceover because bad sound quality, but the actor Franco Nero is dubbed throughout the entire movie because Franco Nero was an Italian actor who could not do an American accent. So rather than just get an American actor like they originally had, they just dubbed him. Then again, the Cannon Group are kind of known for cutting corners.
Dude, shut up!
Then again, not only was Franco Nero dubbed, but every time he does any actual martial arts in the movie, it is not him, it is his stunt double who also wrote the original story that the script was based on, and was supposed to be the original actor playing Cole, Mike Stone. After this, they all gather around to celebrate the new ninja!
Kampai! Kampai! Kampai!
Happy birthday! The black ninja, Hasegawa, he's not happy.
He is no ninja!
Hasegawa is played by Sho Kuzugi, who is actually in all three of the ninja movies. But in none of the movies does he play the same character. Now that Cole is an official ninja, he's been sent a cable of a friend of his who lives in Manila in the Philippines. And he decides to go answer that cable. Which is lucky for him because that's where most of this movie was filmed, in Manila. A little bit of it was actually filmed in Japan. When Cole arrives at his friend's house...
Stop!
That's why he should have phoned ahead. But, since he is a ninja, and in all of these movies ninjas can do this, he kicks the gun away from her, and also kicks her aside. I know some of you are going to be like, how dare he, she's a woman. But you know what? Whereas they say there is no reason to hit a woman, if one's holding a shotgun at me and I got a chance, I might take a swipe.
See, you met the wife.
Well, this is awkward. That's Frank, Cole's old war buddy.
I guess I should have mentioned that Cole was coming.
Yeah, probably. The reason that Frank had sent the cable to Cole to come to Manila is because he wanted his help with a bunch of people that want to buy his land, and he doesn't want to sell it. He likes farming coconuts in the Philippines.
They won't take no for an answer.
Well, you're not in America, so just to be safe, why don't you say it in a few languages? Like, say it in German. Nein. Say it in Russian. Yet. Say it in Japanese. Yeah. Say it in Chinese. No. Cole goes into town with Frank's wife, Marianne, because she has to go to the bank and get some money to pay the workers that work her land.
If you want to look around the town, I'll pick you up in half an hour.
Well, this is an 80s movie, so the cliche is he's going to get into some kind of a fight. But they didn't do that, which kind of sucks. At this point, the movie was lagging a little bit. But instead of getting into a fight, he gets approached by Grandpa from Silent Night, Deadly Night, who warns him that if he sees Santa, he'd better run for his life. No, he doesn't. His name in this movie is Dollars, because he runs a dollar store, sort of, and he was basically for hire. He just tells him about some gangsters next door who are going around extorting the businesses for money.
Boy, I'd like to see him get his.
Yeah, well, too bad, because you're not gonna. So whereas we were all expecting a fight in this scene, no fight. At least not until Marianne and Cole get back to their farmland and see some of the workers being beaten up by gangsters. After Cole fights off all the gangsters, the workers go to Marianne and inform her sadly that they can't work there no more.
I understand. After all you've been through.
Honestly, his face looks fine. At this point, it just looks like they ruined his shirt. But since most of the workers have left, Marianne goes about farming the coconuts herself.
I'm stubborn.
You kind of had to be in a canon film. The next day, Marianne goes into town to try to get some new workers.
We pay well. You'll have good quarters.
Do you offer a 401k? But no one takes the job.
You cannot work your land without help, so you will have to sell it.
Really? That's how you dub him? Now, Cole steps in.
Why don't we talk?
Always enjoy a nice conversation. After he's done talking, you done got slapped! Sorry, I can't stop. I'm hooked. Like him. The guy with the hook, who's casted as the Hook, also is referred to as Siegfried. Of course. He rushes to an office building to see a Mr. Benares, the man who wants to buy the land.
You see, Mr. Vanellos...
I told you not to speak to him.
Damn, apparently Siegfried just has a really good face for slapping.
Mr. Parker!
See? Miss Benares asks, what does Siegfried need in order to get this land?
Oh, man.
Because that's working out for you. But conveniently for Marianne and Frank, all the workers come back and decide, you know what, we've had a change of heart. We want to come work your land again. Because, sure. But just as they came back, Siegfried and his new men join them and start terrorizing them. And decide to teach the workers a lesson. They take the guy whose shirt they already ruined, tie him up to a jeep, and drag him around a bit. Unluckily for him, they've ruined another shirt. But luckily for him, Cole shows up. Now stop the jeep. Cole fights them off, even Siegfried.
You forgot something.
Appropriate music. Back at Mr. Benares' office, Siegfried informs him that even with the new men, he was not able to overcome this one guy.
Please tell this toad that he no longer works for us.
Siegfried got off light. Benares tells Mr. Parker to take care of this. So Mr. Parker sets up a meeting between himself and Frank. Cole goes with Frank and, well, neither of them trust this guy. While Frank is meeting with Mr. Parker, Cole is going around taking out as many guards as he can find. That way, when Frank says no...
Where are the men I ordered?
Got him.
I believe these belong to you.
I get you're a ninja and therefore you don't use guns, even though a modern ninja would. But why would you give them back? But Cole wasn't able to find all the guards. Mr. Parker still has a few with guns.
My friend doesn't like guns. They make him nervous.
But Cole's got dollars. So now they fight without the guns. And Frank joins in this time. But he can only do so much. He's not a ninja. But hey, at least he had Cole. So now, celebrating this fight that they've won, Cole and Frank go to a bar, where Frank starts telling him some very personal stuff, like how his wife, Marianne, has a very high sex drive.
But the problem is I can't get it up for her lately.
I get they're really, really close friends, but I don't have any friends I would share something that personal with. It just so happens, after that conversation, that very night, Marianne makes her way to Cole's room, because apparently Marianne always wants it, Frank can't always give it, and Cole is a really good friend. Which, I don't get this. I get you saved his life, but that's still his woman.
I feel terrific.
So does Cole. Mr. Parker does some digging and finds out that Cole is a ninja. So Mr. Venaris decides he wants a ninja of his own. So Mr. Parker goes to Japan to get a ninja. 'Cause it's just that easy. He finds Cole's ninja school and hires a ninja with a sob story about how they got a problem they need a ninja for, and it's a good cause. And they agree to do it because it's a good cause. Even though in reality, the ninja did not give a crap if it was a good cause or not. They gave a crap if you had money. Duh! Cole and Dollars go to Venaris' office to give him a message, because apparently they couldn't use the phone. When they get to Venaris' office, he's not there, but they see a projector. Conveniently, that projector has a video of Hasegawa killing people. Why a ninja would film himself doing that makes no freaking sense whatsoever. But you know what? Neither does the rest of this movie, so let's not split hairs. But clearly Cole knows it's Hasegawa. But Dollars doesn't know who he is. He asks Cole.
Someone I went to school with in Japan.
We know that, Cole. We've been watching, and trust us, this story is anything but difficult to follow. Back at Frank's, he and Marianne got a security guard. And he needs an aspirin. Inside, Frank and Marianne are talking about Cole.
He's quite a guy, isn't he?
No, I'm not saying anything. As the two of them are having this very awkward conversation...
I just don't know.
Let's talk later. Marianne goes to see what's up. Okay, you're a ninja. Don't giggle.
Marianne, answer me!
Eventually, Frank finds Marianne.
What's
For the last time. Then Hasegawa goes about the business of clearing the rest of this land, setting huts on fire, getting the workers out of there. Stuff he believes is a noble cause, apparently. While this is going on, Cole finally returns home, and he sees... they had dinner without him! He also sees... that he avoided a very uncomfortable conversation. Now Cole goes to Venaris' office to get Marianne back. Stealth E.
Stay where you are, mister.
Well, he stayed. But then Mr. Parker comes out to tell him killing these guards was very unnecessary, because Mr. Venaris wants to meet with him.
I'll take you to him.
Well, that was easy. Again, phone call. But once they get to where Venaris is, Cole disappears. But does make himself known. Ninja. He makes his way around this little arena, killing guards.
What's this jazz?
I don't know, brother.
Maybe you should have tried shooting him instead of talking crap.
Duh! I want my Black Ninja and I want him now!
Yeah, and I wanted a good movie with good actors. Ah, never mind. No, I didn't. This is way more entertaining. Finally, in an effort to talk to Cole, Mr. Parker brings out Marianne.
Don't let her go!
Kinda didn't have a choice. But as she's getting away... there's the Black Ninja. Cole grabs Mr. Parker.
But sir...
Venaris is like that boss that you work really hard for, you do a lot for, and then he rewards you with a pizza party. But not anymore. I love that he's dying like, yeah, what you gonna do? But it's not over. Now Cole has to deal with Hasegawa, who releases Marianne, because he doesn't care about any of this. He just wants Cole.
I'll see you later, I hope.
You'll see her in about 7 minutes. Now, obviously, I can't show you the whole fight, so we're going to have to skip to the end. But it is a pretty decent fight. You get a chance to see this movie, just check it out. Hasagawa asks to die with honor. But not as a mannequin. Now that everything's done, nobody's trying to take Marianne's land, she decides she's got to stay for Frank. But Cole has to leave.
I'll be back.
Excuse me, you are not Arnold. That is not your line. And no, you won't. There will be 2 more ninja movies, but you will not be in them. So there you have it. That's the 1981 B-movie classic, Enter the Ninja. One of Cannon's actual successful movies. I say it like that because there really weren't that many of them. But this one definitely made a profit as it had a $1.5 million budget and did about $15 million on the box office. Not only that, but it was thanks to this movie that a couple years later we got the American Ninja movies. Not to mention throughout the 80s there was like a ninja movie craze, and it started with Enter the Ninja. Funny thing is, it was a success despite the fact that it had terrible reviews. Which you can understand why. There was not a single critic who said that this was a good movie. Basically, they all said the same thing. It was a terrible, thrown-together story with terrible acting, terrible sound effects, terrible voiceovers. But for some reason, it was entertaining. In the 80s, I'm going to give it to the fact that ninja movies were kind of a new thing. Before that, in the 70s, the big thing were kung fu movies, ever since Enter the Dragon. Which is actually a reason they called it Enter the Ninja, was trying to play off the popularity of Enter the Dragon. But it was actually thanks to this movie and a previous Cannon movie that came out earlier that year, The Octagon with Chuck Norris, that did popularize ninja movies in the 80s. In the 90s, they were sort of popular, but obviously it kind of died down. By the 2000s, ninja movies are like a niche thing. Which is sad. Can we get back to bringing in some ninja movies, especially now that we can do so much more with them? The martial artist who wrote the original story that this script was based off of, Mike Stone, he was actually supposed to be the lead in this movie, Cole. It was going to kickstart his movie career. But because of his lack of acting ability, the director Menahem Golem found out that Franco Nero was in Manila where they were going to be filming, and recast him. But Mike Stone still stayed a part of it as he was the stunt double for Franco Nero, considering that Franco Nero had no martial arts experience. Now, Franco Nero is a legend. He was Django. I'm okay with him being in the lead. However, it is a little bit funny to me that he got the part because the original actor wasn't much of an actor. As if anybody in this movie was. Not to mention, like I had talked about, they dubbed Frank Nero's voice the entire movie because he can't do an American accent. He's an Italian actor. So instead of just going with the American to play a part, okay, maybe he wouldn't have been great at it, but then again, nobody else was great in their parts either. They decided to get one good actor, but make it cheesy by dubbing him. However, I'm okay with it just because, as a kid, I did love this movie. Mainly because as a kid, I didn't expect much out of movies. I didn't care. It didn't matter to me that the acting was bad. It didn't matter that the story was dumb. They were ninjas. That's all I cared about. Which is why I liked this one and the second one. Even as a kid, I didn't really care much for the third one, but we'll get to that later. As an adult, I come back and I watch these movies, and they're freaking entertaining because they are so freaking bad. Like, seriously, everything about these movies is so cheesy and horrible and 80s low budget that if you're like me and you like cheesy, horrible, low-budget movies, this is definitely for you. So I will say that. If you're one of those people who's like, oh, I only like good movies with good stories and good acting, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're like me and you can get entertained by some movies that are just so awesomely bad that they're good, then do yourself a favor and check out the awesomely bad Enter the Ninja. And stay tuned because I will be getting the sequels later. So there you have it. That's my movie review this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post my videos, and leave a comment. You seen Enter the Ninja? Tell me what you thought of Enter the Ninja. Tell me what you thought of the whole Ninja trilogy. Love you guys.